Archangel Michael is crying loudly because you always skip this. He has waited with such deep hope in his heart, time and again, praying that just once, just this time, you would open the message meant only for you. This is not a joke. The pain in his voice echoes through the heavens, shaking the silence of eternity, as your name is whispered by angels who have watched you suffer in silence for too long. And now, a letter, a divine, physical sign, is arriving. A letter containing shocking, life-changing news about your inheritance. This is not fantasy. It's not a coincidence. It is not fiction. It is truth wrapped in urgency, clothed in divine timing, and sent with love and thunder by heaven itself. God says, open it immediately, or you will miss what generations prayed to place in your hands. The time has come when heaven will no longer remain quiet. The angels cannot watch your tears without intervention. Archangel Michael, who has been your defender in unseen battles, who has stopped forces that would have crushed you, is now unable to hold back the pain of watching you walk past miracle after miracle. He does not cry for everyone, but tonight, he weeps for you. Not out of weakness, but out of deep divine love. Because the very thing you've been asking for is being delivered, and the closer it gets to your doorstep, the more distracted you seem. He says, how can I protect what you keep walking away from? How can I shield you when you won't even pause to listen? You thought it was over. You thought no one was coming for you. But this entire time, God was preparing something enormous. And it is not merely spiritual. It is a real, legal, documented inheritance. One that others tried to block, erase, or even claim as theirs. Someone even paid money to hide this from you. Someone who feared what would happen if the truth was revealed. This is not an illusion. Heaven has watched this play out like a painful movie across generations of your bloodline. You were not supposed to be poor. You were not meant to be forgotten. You were born with royalty in your veins, and something was stolen. Michael says your name was mentioned in a sealed envelope, locked away in a place guarded by silence. But heaven never forgets. What man buries, God resurrects. And this resurrection is roaring through time right now, unfolding before your very eyes, disguised as ordinary news, until you realize the divine fingerprints all over it. God saw the moment a powerful individual removed your name from an inheritance list. He saw the papers forged, the lies crafted, the manipulations whispered in darkened offices. He saw how you were deliberately erased. He saw the envy, the spiritual warfare, the curses spoken behind your back. They thought if they buried your name deep enough, you would never rise. But God says, who can bury what I've anointed to rise? You've been getting signs, dreams, random names, unexpected phone calls, sudden memories. A specific person's name keeps returning to your mind, doesn't it? You dismissed it. But that name is connected to the truth behind your inheritance. That person knows something, or is hiding something, or is unknowingly carrying the piece of information that will open the floodgates of justice for you. Michael is crying not because you're lost, but because you're seconds away from finding what was stolen. And if you delay, if you ignore this again, it may take years before this alignment returns. Heaven doesn't beg, but love does. Michael is not just sending a message, he is pleading. And when an archangel pleads, it is because eternity has bent low in compassion for one soul. You've seen strange signs lately. Maybe someone told you about a dream they had of you being rich. Maybe you felt drawn to old family stories. Maybe you felt a sudden anger, as if something inside you knows you've been lied to. That's not random. That's your spirit remembering the truth your mind forgot. Someone, an elder, or a family associate, has information that will shock you. They almost spoke at once. You noticed they paused, shifted in discomfort, and changed the subject. That was the moment truth tried to break free. And now, it's coming anyway, because heaven has authorized it. This is the time when the hidden will be exposed. There's a physical letter arriving. Not an email. Not a text. An actual letter, or a document in the hands of a stranger whose path is being directed by angels. This letter is tied to land, money, assets, or an account, something tangible, legal, and powerful. It may not even bear your name on the outside. It may appear like just another ordinary communication. But it's not. It is wrapped in divine instruction. Open it. Do not ignore it. If you throw it away or delay, you may miss the exact moment heaven intended for your restoration. This isn't about greed. This isn't about wanting wealth. This is about justice. About spiritual inheritance. About recovering what was lost. About vindicating your bloodline and fulfilling promises made to your ancestors, promises made on their knees in tearful prayer. Someone prayed that one day, a descendant would rise up and receive what they were denied. That someone is you. The opposition against you has been fierce. The enemies didn't always look like enemies. Some were smiling faces. Some were relatives. Some were friends who knew just a little too much about your family history. But God says, their silence was betrayal. And now, heaven is lifting the curtain. The time of secrets is ending. You will know everything soon. You've walked through seasons of rejection not because you were weak, but because God needed you purified. He was stripping false connections, removing leeches from your path, and making sure that when this inheritance reached your hands, no one else could lay claim to it. That's why the betrayal hurt so much, because it wasn't random. It was removal. And now, it's reward time. A man with silver hair, connected to your past, either knows the truth or is about to reveal it without realizing the full impact. Listen carefully when he speaks. Even if it seems casual, it's not. Even if he forgets what he said, you must not. His words may contain a date, a name, or a location. One of those will be the final key. Archangel Michael says he tried to deliver this to you 3 times before. But distractions, discouragement, and spiritual fog made you miss it. This is your 4th and final chance. Not out of threat, but out of mercy. Because God doesn't give up, but He does redirect blessings when they are continually refused. Someone is praying that you never discover this. Someone is scared. They may even be monitoring you spiritually. But fear not. Heaven has placed a divine firewall around you. What's coming is irreversible. It's legally bound in the heavens. It is written. And no man, no spirit, no force can stop what God has already signed. You will feel the shift before you see it. Maybe your body already feels it: sleepless nights, pressure in your chest, sudden moments of tears without explanation. That is spiritual labor. You are birthing something ancient. Something prophetic. Something massive. Don't look to others to confirm this. Some will call you crazy. Some will laugh. Some will mock. But they mocked Noah too, until the rain fell. They doubted Joseph, until the palace doors opened. And they dismissed David, until the crown was placed. Don't wait for applause. Move in obedience. Your mailbox. Your doorstep. Your inbox. Your phone. Watch them all. But most of all, watch your spirit. Because when the message arrives, you will feel a holy pressure. You will know. It will almost take your breath away. That's the sign. That's the moment. Open it. There is gold in your family line. Literal or spiritual, it was stolen and buried. But now, heaven is excavating the truth. Expect something strange to happen in the next 72 hours. Maybe a stranger will mention your last name. Maybe someone from the past will suddenly contact you. Maybe you'll be drawn to a location without knowing why. Go. Follow the prompting. It's not random. It's orchestration. Michael is wiping his tears now, because he senses you're beginning to understand. He knows you're feeling the truth in these words. You always knew there was more. You always knew there was something missing. And now, it's coming. Restoration is coming like a flood. And when it comes, everything will change: your financial situation, your reputation, your confidence, your connections. The next few days are sacred. Set aside time. Fast if you can. Pray. Clean your space. Watch. Listen. Record your dreams. Pay attention to sudden shifts in your schedule, delays, cancellations, unexpected events. They are not interruptions, they are alignments. Heaven is moving you into position. God says you were never forgotten. You were preserved. Hidden like treasure. Delayed, not denied. And now, the appointed time has come. Open the letter. Even if it seems small. Even if it comes from an unexpected source. Even if it doesn't make sense at first. Open it. Heaven is watching. Michael is standing near. The angels are singing in hope. Don't walk away this time. This is your moment. Your name is being restored. Your identity is being reactivated. Your inheritance is arriving. Archangel Michael says, don't miss it again. We've fought too hard for this. We've waited too long. Please, this time, listen. Open it. Immediately. God says, my beloved child, I have sent this message directly to your spirit because the hour has come. You must not delay. Archangel Michael is crying loudly, not because he has lost hope in you, but because each time he reaches out, you turn your eyes away. Each time he whispers a divine warning, your heart hesitates. This time, heaven is not just knocking at your door, it is shaking the very earth beneath your feet. This is not a joke. A letter carrying the weight of generations, soaked in the prayers of those who came before you, is arriving with news that will transform everything. It holds shocking truth about your inheritance, the one they thought you would never find. But I, your Lord, have made sure it reaches your hands. The chains are about to break. You only need to open it. For days and nights, the angels have been fighting battles on your behalf, battles you never saw, dangers that were assigned to you in secret. Your name was marked, your destiny attacked, your blessings blocked. But I tell you, no hand formed against my will can win. No lie whispered in the dark can silence the truth I am shouting into your life today. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are my chosen one, and what I placed in your future shall come to pass. Michael weeps because he stood at your door, but you didn't open it. He waited by your bed, trying to speak in dreams, but your mind was clouded with doubt. He moved people to warn you, but you dismissed them. You thought they were overreacting. But now the final sign is coming, a letter that no human hand can destroy. It is wrapped in divine fire. It has your name engraved in heavenly ink. Inside, you will find what they tried to steal from you, what they hid, what they denied was ever yours. It is coming not by accident, but because I, the Almighty, commanded it to come. Someone close to you knows about this letter. Someone who laughed in secret when they thought you'd never know the truth. They celebrated your delay. They thought your ignorance would last forever. But I have broken their silence. I have exposed their schemes. I saw the day they stood in that room and said your name with mockery. I saw the signature forged to hide the truth. I saw the coins exchanged to keep you away from what belonged to you. But what they never understood was this: you belong to me. And what I give, no one can take away. You must listen now. The hour is sacred. Archangel Michael has been ordered not just to deliver a message but to escort this letter through realms. He has fought demons, shadows, and curses to bring it near you. This letter is not ordinary paper. It is bound in spiritual authority. It carries not only your earthly inheritance but a spiritual mantle too heavy for anyone else. That's why they feared you having it. That's why they lied. That's why they cursed your name. But today I am declaring, it ends now. This message has been delayed long enough. Every time you postponed it, every time you said later, darkness rejoiced. But now heaven has decided that the waiting is over. Your angels have assembled. The ink is still fresh. The wind already carries the scent of what is written. You must prepare your heart, because when you open it, your life will never be the same. Do not be afraid of what is written inside. Yes, it will shock you. Yes, it will hurt at first. Because the truth has been buried for so long that when it rises, it feels like fire. But it's not a fire meant to destroy you. It's meant to burn away every lie you believed. Every name they called you. Every shame they pushed onto your shoulders. It will burn all that down. And from those ashes, your true name will rise. The letter says you are not cursed. The letter says you are not a failure. The letter says you were never abandoned. The letter says your inheritance is protected. The letter says you are the one they feared would awaken. I placed in you a legacy, not of gold or land alone, but of divine promise. You were meant to break generational bondage. You were meant to rise above the system. You were chosen not just to receive the inheritance, but to unlock what was sealed for generations. This letter is not just news, it's your calling. The letter is not from the courts of man. It was written by divine decree. Angels sealed it. Prophets dreamt of it. Your ancestors prayed for it. And now, it is arriving. Open it immediately. Don't let your doubt destroy what I have preserved. Don't let another delay become another decade. This is your time. The stars are aligned. The battle has been won. You must only say yes. Yes to truth. Yes to justice. Yes to destiny. Yes to me. Even now, your enemies are trembling. They have received news that the letter has moved. They know what happens when you read it. They're trying, even now, to create distractions, accidents, confusions. But you must stay still in spirit. Stay grounded in prayer. Because when you read it, when the truth enters your soul, nothing they do will matter again. You will see people differently. You will remember things differently. You will cry, not just from pain, but from release. Because finally, the lies are over. Finally, the truth that was kept from you is standing in your hands. You will ask, why didn't I know sooner? You will say, I always felt something was hidden. And I, your God, will whisper, because the time is now. Because you are ready. Because they cannot stop it anymore. This message is not to scare you. This message is to awaken you. You were not created to be last. You were not created to beg. You were not created to live in the shadows of confusion. You were created with power, and that power has been dormant for too long. This letter is the key. It will remind you who you are. It will prove that I never left you. Michael is crying not just because you delayed, but because he loves you. He fought for you before you were even born. He whispered your name when everyone else gave up on you. He shielded you from things you never even knew were aimed at you. But now he needs you to listen. He needs you to stop skipping this moment. He needs you to believe. Believe, even if it scares you. Believe, even if you're tired. Believe, even if your past whispers that nothing ever changes. Because I am telling you, this changes everything. You don't need to search for the letter. It is coming. It knows your name. It knows your pain. It knows the address of your soul. Just make space in your spirit to receive it. Prepare your room. Light your candle. Pray as you wait. And when it arrives, open it immediately. Let the truth sink in. Let the lies fall off. Let the inheritance enter your hands, not just money, not just title, but divine legacy. Let your crown return. I have spoken. Archangel Michael has moved. The letter has departed. The truth is unstoppable. You are safe. You are chosen. You are deeply loved. You are ready. Now receive it. And never look back. And now, my child, as heaven watches you with sacred stillness, know this: every second you wait to open this divine revelation is a second the enemy tries to reclaim. But he is losing power. Because your spirit is awakening. Because my voice is cutting through the confusion. Because what was once hidden in shadows is now being pulled into light. I want you to take this next moment and breathe deeply. Not with fear, but with reverence. You are not imagining this shift. Something is stirring in the unseen realms. The letter, my divine scroll for you, is already close. You may not yet see it in the physical, but in the spirit, it is knocking at your door again. The angels assigned to you are holding it with trembling hands, because they know what happens next. They have seen the chain reaction that is about to begin. As soon as you open it, curses will collapse. As soon as you accept it, doors long shut will burst open. As soon as you believe it, the ones who mocked you will fall silent. You see, they spent so much time building a false story about you. They convinced people that you were ordinary. They convinced you that you weren't worthy. But what they never knew was this: I was writing a secret story at the same time. And this letter? This letter is the first chapter of that secret. Once you read it, once you hold it close to your heart, that story will unfold with divine acceleration. Even the stars have taken position to watch you rise. There are ancestors in my kingdom right now, watching you with joy. They prayed for this day. They wept, not because they saw you suffer, but because they knew their prayers were not in vain. They saw your tears. They saw your confusion. And now, from heaven, they see the promise landing in your life like a dove with fire on its wings. This inheritance is layered. It is physical. It is emotional. It is spiritual. It is eternal. It carries wisdom older than this century. It carries wealth that is not just measured in coins, but in truth. It carries healing, not just for your body, but for your family line. The curses that tormented your bloodline for generations, they are about to be shattered. Because this letter carries more than facts. It carries my name. It carries the breath of heaven. It carries justice. The enemies of your soul are pacing right now. They feel something they cannot understand. The same demons who celebrated when you doubted are now screaming in fear. Because they cannot stop what I have begun. They cannot block what I have released. And most of all, they cannot rewrite what I wrote about you before you were born. Your inheritance, my child, was prepared long before you ever knew lack. Long before people lied to you. Long before betrayal. Long before heartbreak. Long before they hid documents. Long before the meetings in secret. Long before you were old enough to understand pain. I already prepared this gift. You thought they stole everything from you, but they only delayed what is unstoppable. You thought your silence meant defeat, but I was building your testimony in the silence. You thought you lost time, but I will restore it all, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. But you must act now. Because this is not a symbolic letter. This is not a dream. This is reality wrapped in the supernatural. What arrives next will shake your core. It will reveal who was really standing with you and who was standing against you. It will make clear why certain relationships suddenly ended. Why some doors never opened. Why you were drawn to places you couldn't explain. Because everything has been orchestrated to bring you to this moment. Even your loneliness was part of the design. Because I had to strip away the noise. I had to isolate you to reveal the truth. I had to let certain people walk away because they weren't meant to witness your crowning. They would have tried to take credit. They would have tried to distract you from the sacred text I was sending. But now, no one can take this from you. Michael weeps not just for you, but for all the souls who missed their letters. For all the children who turned away from the call. For all the hearts that chose comfort over clarity. But you, my child, you are still here. You are still listening. And heaven is rejoicing because of it. Do not let anything distract you now. Not doubt. Not fear. Not pain. Not the voices from your past. This moment is holy. This message is sealed in urgency. The letter is minutes away. You may feel your chest tightening. That is your spirit recognizing truth. You may feel your hands tremble. That is the echo of what your ancestors felt when I gave them visions of this moment. You may feel like crying. Let it come. Let the tears clear your eyes, because you are about to see like never before. This inheritance will restore what was stolen. It will expose what was hidden. It will elevate what was trampled. It will return what you forgot. It will remind you who you truly are. They may have called you the black sheep. They may have told you you were cursed. They may have said you were too emotional, too weak, too confused. But I say, you are the chosen one. You were always the chosen one. And that is why the battle was so strong. That is why your journey was so lonely. That is why your pain was so deep. Because the inheritance you carry is not small. It is not casual. It is not average. It is monumental. It is miraculous. It is divine. And now it is coming to you. You must be ready to see names you recognize in that letter, names of those who once hugged you but plotted against you. You must be ready to confront the truth, not to seek revenge, but to finally be free. You must be ready to step into your destiny, not with pride, but with holy confidence. This is why I shielded you from certain people. This is why your name didn't go viral. This is why some of your biggest dreams were delayed. Because the enemy would have tried to sabotage your letter. But now, the scroll is sealed. The protection is active. Michael stands guard. And nothing can stop this. Speak this out loud right now. I am ready. I receive the truth. I claim what God has kept for me. I will no longer run. I will open the letter with faith, and I will rise. Say it again if you must. Let heaven hear your agreement. Because with those words, the final seal is broken. With those words, the angels begin their descent. With those words, the inheritance is unlocked. And I, your Lord, your Father, your Protector, I will walk with you as you read it. I will wipe your tears. I will heal your heart. I will show you how to carry what you are about to receive. This is not the end. This is the new beginning. This is the door they couldn't shut. This is the legacy they couldn't erase. This is the letter they couldn't burn. This is your moment. And my child, you are not late. You are right on time. Now open it. And don't look back. If you believe in God, type Amen.